Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Mrs. Nikmatuniyah. As a lecturer who teaches the final project methodology course and all my friends. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Hafsa Putri Wibowo from Akuntansi State Polytechnic of Semarang. Now, I will present my final project proposal, and the title is Fixed Assets Accounting Treatment in Central Java Department of Industry and Trade 2020. Point of my presentation is first, introduction, consists of background, questions, goals, and benefit. Second is literature review, and third is methodology, consists of collecting data method. First is introduction. The background. Government Regulation Number 71 of 2010 about government accounting standards. In the Government Accounting Standard Statement Number 7 about fixed asset accounting. Fixed assets are tangible assets that have a useful life of more than 12 months for use, or are intended for government activities, or are utilized by the general public. Central Java Department of Industry and Trade is the government implementing element in the field of industry and trade, which is the regional authority. It uses fixed assets that must be managed in accordance with the government regulation. And the urgency of this final project is how the treatment of fixed assets and the Central Java Department of Industry and Trade in 2020. Next is the question, how is the treatment of fixed assets at the Central Java Department of Industry and Trade? And is the treatment of fixed assets at the Central Java Department of Industry and Trade 2020 accordance with Government Regulation Number 71 of 2010? And then the goals is, this is to find out the treatment of fixed assets at Central Java Department of Industry and Trade in 2020. And to analyze the suitability of the treatment of fixed assets at Central Java Department of Industry and Trade in 2020 with Government Regulation Number 71 of 2010. And then the benefit. 1. Increase knowledge and insight regarding the treatment of fixed assets in the government sector, especially in Central Java Department of Industry and Trade, and be able to analyze the suitability of fixed asset treatment at Central Java Department of Industry and Trade with Government Regulation Number 71 of 2010. Number 2, as additional reference and information for further research, as well as support and adding reading material to the Semarang State Polytechnic Library. Number 3, as additional information and input for Central Java Department of Industry and Trade regarding the treatment of fixed assets in accordance with Government Regulation Number 71 of 2010. Second is literature review. Point of literature review is number 1, definition of fixed assets. Number 2, fixed assets classifications. Number 3, recognition of fixed assets. Number 4, fixed assets measurement. Number 5, initial assets assessment consists of cost component, construction in progress, collective acquisition, asset exchange, and donate assets. Number 6, after obtained expenditure. And number 7, next measurement of initial recognition consists of depreciation and revaluation of fixed assets. Number 8 is termination and realize. And number 9 is disclosure, consists of operational reports, budget realization reports, and balance sheet. Next, number 3 is methodology. Collecting data method. 1 is interview. Interviews were conducted with staff or the division that handle fixed assets. Number 2 is documentation. Use is the inventory card, 2020 balance sheets, 2020 budget realization report, and 2020 operational report. And then literature study method is carrying out by reading books related to fixed assets and government regulation related to fixed asset accounting. Next is required data. Is goods inventory card, balance sheet of 2020, budget realization report of 2020, operational report of 2020, a brief history, vision and mission, position, organizational structure, main duties, and functions. So, this is the last slide of my presentation. Thank you for paying attention. Please forgive me if there is a mistake. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.